Hello again, friends, and welcome back to the channel. It's time for another exciting energy drink tasting video, and today we're going to splash right into summer with a classic. Actually, not necessarily a classic, but a classic company with a new twist. It's Red Bull, the summer edition watermelon. It even says, this one though says, it's artificially flavored. At least they are bold enough to come out and just say it. There's no actual watermelon anywhere near this particular can. Which, let's take a look at this can. Generally, when something goes with a watermelon type flavor, they will do green on the background and then red lettering, but not Red Bull. They've decided to go in a new and interesting direction. They've gone red everywhere else and then green lettering, which proves to be an interesting choice, somewhat hard to read. But notice there are, the bulls are done in chrome instead of their traditional red. It says that we vitalizes body and mind, which of course is very on brand for Red Bull. Red Bull, there's even writing, let's go ahead. Red Bull, the summer edition, the taste of watermelon, artificially flavored, the wings of Red Bull. Red Bull is appreciated worldwide by top athletes, busy professionals, college students, and travelers all along life's journeys. I made a little bit of that up. It's an embellishment, but this is definitely for the goer and doer of your friend group. Nutrition facts for Red Bull. Serving size 1 can, 160 calories, 0 fat, 125 milligrams of sodium, 40 grams total carbohydrate, 38 grams of sugar. That is a lot of sugar, but it's all added sugar. So there's no natural, they had to add some sugar to it. Good to know. No protein. 140% of your daily intake of niacin, vitamin B6, you have 350% of that. Vitamin B12, 120% of your daily intake from that, and some more chemicals that I cannot pronounce. Let's take a more look at the can. This is definitely a classic can of Red Bull. This is the 12 fluid ounce size, and let's give it a quick little listen. It has a nice tinny resonance to it, my friends. That could definitely go places, be somewhere. Let's open it up and see how it sounds on the inside. Let me give it a good... Ooh, very pungent aromatics already, but a very quiet crack. This one wasn't a solid one. This was very understated. That was more of a shh. I'm in an office phone call and I don't know where the mute button is. Can I go ahead and just open this up on my desk real quick? Ah, Red Bull. Now, aromatics. Red Bull in and of itself has a very strong aromatic if it's been a while since you've cracked open a Red Bull. But this one, I understand that they're going for a watermelon artificially flavored drink to it. But this one smells like watermelon bubble yum. That big solid cube of a chewing bubbled gum. This definitely reminds me of that. Very sweet aromatics. Don't leave this around outside, it will attract bees. Or maybe you do want to leave it around outside and attract bees. They're nature's pollinators, we need them and they're disappearing. Let's give it a sip. One of the things that I've always liked about Red Bull, it's never had a very thick flavor or texture, mouth feel to it. However, this one definitely is more syrupy. It tastes thicker. Now the actual taste itself, it's very watermelon forward. You definitely get the artificial watermelon taste immediately as soon as you get it into your mouth. Once it's swallowed, though, it goes to being regular Red Bull aftertaste, which isn't bad. I've always enjoyed my Red Bull. Let's give it a look outside of the can. Oh, now there is an interesting color. Look at that. That is less of a watermelon and almost more of a fine red wine. It's got, as you look in the center, as you look center mass, very red. Almost red. It looks like cranberry juice more than anything else, I would say. Not a watermelon flavor. Watermelon is more on the lighter pinkish side. This definitely looks more like a cran watermelon flavor, is what I would expect there. Decent viscosity. Yes, very much. I'm getting some afternotes of somewhat, I don't like to use the word medicine or cough medicine, but there is a bitterness. There is a tartness that comes in after that you really wouldn't expect with a watermelon flavor. But again, ooh, see how it catches the light? Ooh, that looks like a nice, almost like a flame when it catches the light here. Look at that, look at that. That's very lovely. That makes for a very nice color. This, along with the 3D energy drink that we had the other day, would definitely not be out of place with a fantasy potion lineup. Like, you could pour this into a little bottle vial and say that this would be like a health potion, as opposed to the 3D's magic font potion. Blue is usually typically magic represented. But yes. A very interesting flavor. Again, the watermelonness of it is very forward and it clears out. It does have a very sour, tart raspberry at the end. I'm getting a tart endness that's sticking around the back of the throat. It's on the back of the tongue, up by the uvula area. That's where I'm getting most of that flavor. Let's pour a little more out. So, there we have it. That is the special summer edition Red Bull watermelon artificially flavored drink. This would not be something that you would want to pair with your Jägermeister. No Jäger bombs with this one. The flavors would be all over the place, and I don't think it'd be something that you would enjoy doing. But Jäger bombs take me back to the day. They're great. I don't care what you said. You just had to make them correct. I actually liked it with the Red Bull on the bottom, with the shot of Jägermeister dropped in. Just straight mixing the Jäger, and it made for an ugly drink. It was an ugly drink, and I'm okay to admit that. Again, that sweetness. This would definitely attract bees or something else very sticky. It's got a stickiness to it as well. So if you do spill, make sure you clean and you wipe it properly. We've talked about what we wouldn't pair it with. What would we pair this with? You could go with if you were looking purely for taste, you could do some sort of Midori or a melon, like a watermelon type liqueur. I wouldn't recommend mixing the two. You'd get some sort of deep, dark purple monstrosity that would definitely have a watermelon taste, but not a watermelon look. If you were to somehow change the viscosity of the two, to where you could layer the Red Bull watermelon on the bottom with the Midori on top, possibly with some sort of rum chata around the center for a nice watermelon look shot. Lot of work for minimum payoff. But I think just an old standard of this would definitely be a Finlandia, Grey Goose, or some other just unflavored vodka situation. Just to maximize your drink mixing there. Fantastic energy drink there. Red Bull Summer Edition Watermelon Artificially Flavored Energy Drink. Now, if you like what you see, give us a like on the bottom there. Leave a comment to tell us what you would like to see, what energy drink you'd like to see next. And of course, make sure you subscribe and ring the bell for notifications as to when we post a new video. Coming up, we're going to have a lot more interesting flavors coming your way, my friends. I'm very excited. Make sure you're taking care of each other. Stay energized for whatever cause you're going out there to do.